What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to go over some of the current data points, what's been coming out from the company itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off at the time of doing this video, Faraday is up 2.48%. So piggybacking off of the broader market, a lot of volatility though today. So 392 the low. Currently 415 the high, and these are some of the transactions that are occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So you do see one today for 152. There was two yesterday. So institutions are still paying attention to Faraday in some regard. So again, something to kind of keep in mind. And then these are all the transactions that is occurring on the dark pool. So over the last several trading days, basically there's been virtually nothing, and dark pool is often enough linked to shorting. And there is a interesting update when it comes down to that, because it now does show 34.93% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 4.29 million shares. So that is very, very crazy stuff. Again, not to spread any FUD, based on my previous videos, I said clearly based on this, so the volume right here, like this is a very clear indication that there has been some dilution occurring. So that would skew these numbers. Just we don't really know the numbers yet, but still 34%, even if it is somewhat even in the 20s, I think that would be very positive. At the time of doing this video, shorts are increasing 74,000 shares, still in the threshold list. So you can kind of see it's been on there since I believe it is the 29th of August. So essentially, this is where market makers are supposed to kind of fix the issue, and that's being prompted by the SEC, but clearly the SEC doesn't really do jack all. But cost to borrow average is 236.87%. So that definitely has been kind of staying rather high. As of right now, the only thing that's really come out from the company itself was this. So it came out after hours yesterday. So just the closing of the convertible notes. There's been one thing that's been happening pre-market. I have no real explanation for it, so hopefully something does come out, but there's been very much abnormal spikes, both the last two trading days, and there's been no news, no SEC filings to really justify that, no real tweets. YT's been somewhat active a little bit on social media, but still that wouldn't really justify this happening first thing. So maybe someone knows something, maybe someone doesn't. We'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, YT did a video, and this came out on the 11th, and he kind of talked on whole like the Apple event and how it wasn't really that big of a deal, just overdone. And he kind of talked on the difference between a founder-led company and a manager-led company. And obviously he's kind of just hyping up Faraday for the most part, and how founders pretty much know the best for Faraday. And he kind of talks on the technology, even this tweet right here. So Faraday did a poll talking about clearly autonomous driving. And again, Faraday talks a big game. So for this upcoming event on the 19th, they definitely do need to hit a home run. So they're going to talk on the whole bridge strategy, as well as unveil their second brand. So in their second brand, based on everything that they've been talking on, they should really kind of have amazing technology. Lucid just announced that they're going to be moving to autonomous level 2. So obviously, I think it's stage 3 and higher, or it might be 4 and higher. So again, with Faraday's technology, this is something that they definitely need to capitalize on in this meeting. And so right now the market is rallying because of this. So for the September 18th meeting, you do have a very strong likelihood of a 50 basis point cut. And in fact, this did go up from like 14% to now 43% of likelihood of that occurring. So you're going to have the market really rallying leading into this meeting. So again, September the 18th. So that could lay a very good foundation for Faraday to really hit a home run. So once again, that's something to just be aware of behind the scenes. Going over some other additional data points: 79,000 in calls, 80,000 in puts. So even though Faraday's been, I don't know, holding that $3-4 range over this last little bit, the dollar value in options is very low. So once again, something to just kind of analyze. But 51% of all the options being done so far today are bearish. Of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $4.50 to $5 range. And then looking at puts, you see a consensus for it to be sub 4. So kind of it's at a pivotal point right now, but this is the current open interest for this week's chain. So you have basically with it sitting at $4 and change, there's around 671 simple, not 1,000, just 671 at that $4 strike price, 39 at the 350. So no gamma squeeze, nothing really in that regard. If Faraday was going to get maybe above $5, then yeah, you might see some activity. But right now, I think the optimism in Faraday has diminished quite a lot. And I think it's just because of investors want to know what the next big catalyst is. And like I said, this is why there's a lot of high expectations for this meeting on September the 19th, because they got compliance, they got the funding from the UAE and wherever else that they listed. So now people just want to know, like, okay, what is next? Are you guys going to be ramping up on production? Are you guys going to be pivoting to their second brand? What are you actually doing? So I think they definitely need to add a lot of clarity to that. Right now with it at 409, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So this S1 has been a very strong support, been bouncing off that general area for the last little bit, and every time it does bounce, it kind of goes to that mid 450. So definitely watch for this S1 to hold into the following trading days, and then 489 will be that next strong resistance slash target. So all in all, this is a quick summary of everything that is happening with Faraday. What is your thoughts? Do you think like this event is going to go flawless, and do you think it's going to be very good? And especially with them talking on autonomous driving and technology, do you think that this second brand is going to be kind of with massive LiDAR and have like autonomous driving? Like, do you think it's going to be like top tier stuff? So what's your thoughts on all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.